Well, they say you don't often get a second chance to make a first impression, but today, Automobilista 2 has that opportunity. Now, regular viewers to my channel may remember my first attempt at an online race in AMS2 last month. It didn't go well, it was an absolute catastrophe, and I was very critical of it. However, earlier today I found myself with a free hour and I thought, why not give it another try? And I was pleasantly surprised. It turns out that yes, you can have a clean race in an open lobby on Automobilista 2. Seeing as how I was so critical of it last time around, I thought it was only fair that I did another video showing the good side too, now that I've discovered it. Now, I'm racing the German Group A DTM car at the Red Bull Ring. I've qualified third, but the driver in second has just left the server before the red lights came on, so we could be on for a good result here. Let's get to the track and find out how we go. And it's go! We're underway at the Red Bull Ring, starting third on the grid, however, with only one car on the front row. There is a big gap up the inside, and Jesus is going to take full advantage of it. He started alongside me on the second row, but he has got through to take the whole shot and lead this race out of turn one. Yava Georgiev also took full advantage of that gaping hole up the inside. He's tucked it past as well to move up to third, so we've dropped to fourth position here. However, we've got lots of daylight behind us. There must have been a big incident at T1 because we are currently nearly 2 seconds ahead of the driver in fifth. In fact, it looks like AI drivers in fifth and sixth. I'm guessing that's what the asterisk denotes in the leaderboard. I think we've got 12 real-life drivers in this race, and the grid has been padded out to 17 with some AI drivers. However, it's the AI drivers that got through that turn one wreck, so we've lost a lot of the online players already here. We'll go back and check out a replay to see what happened shortly, but let's get this first lap out the way at the moment because we are part of a leading four that is making a break for it at the Red Bull Ring on lap one. Jesus currently leading the way after that fantastic start down the inside. Skopez right behind him, Georgiev in third, and we're ready to strike in fourth. And look at that gap back to fifth position. It is ever increasing, now more than 4 seconds. So I don't think we're going to have any problems with the drivers behind. Instead, we can fully concentrate on chasing this front three and maybe challenging for a podium. It looks like we've got a change in leader. Skopez making a brave move up the inside into the penultimate turn. So Skopez is going to end this first lap back in front where he started. Right, let's see what mayhem we managed to miss at turn one. This is a replay of the start. Now, we're on the outside here, and we're going to hang it out wide just to leave some space up the inside as Georgiev comes through. However, keep your eye on the number 45, the red and white car behind. He's going to get out onto the curb, slide across. He's going to take another car with him into the barrier and then back onto the track. And he wasn't the only one to fall victim to this turn one at the Red Bull Ring. Keep your eye a bit further back. There's more contact, more carnage. And yeah, that's why we opened up such a healthy advantage over the gap behind. Watch it on board now from one of the back markers. We're going to see an incident to the right, another incident to the left. He's trying to avoid all of them. Lap 2 now, we're still in fourth position, 0.4 of a second behind Georgiev in third, so we're doing our best to hang with this front three here. We're just about keeping in touch with them. Meanwhile, in front, there is an almighty battle for the lead. Skopez still holding on to it at the moment, but he's coming under all sorts of pressure from Jesus. Jesus having a look up the inside into that left-hander. I thought he might have got it done there, but he hasn't quite got the momentum, and another sniff up the inside might be a bit more successful, and Skopez has lost it. Skopez slides out, so that puts us up into third position and right on the tail of Georgiev. Yeah, it was a clean move that from Jesus up the inside. It looks like Skopez and the Mercedes just carried a little bit too much momentum that forced the rear to step out and send him onto the grass. Oh, we found a much better line through those final 2 corners, and as a result we're carrying loads more speed out of the final turn. We may be in the position to strike against Georgiev here. Can we pull alongside into T1? I don't think we're quite fast enough, so I'm going to stay tucked in behind for now. Maybe we'll get a faster exit. No, we won't, because we're out onto the runoff area. It looks like the leader, Jesus, did the same thing. Yeah, that's a track limits warning. We've got to be careful about doing that again. Yeah, I wasn't the only one. This is the leader, Jesus, just carrying too much speed into that first turn. These DTM cars really difficult to get turned in. But we need to find a way around Georgiev sharpish if we're going to challenge Jesus for the lead of this race. Let's return to the live action towards the end of lap 3. And I'm beginning to think that Jesus may have the pace to make a break for it. He's already opened up an advantage of a couple of seconds, so it's important that we get past Georgiev as quickly as we can. We know that we're quicker through this part of the track. We gained a lot of time on him on the last lap, and we were almost in a position to strike. We may be in a better position this time. Our exit out of the final turn so much quicker. We're able to pull alongside now, side by side as we approach turn 1. Have we got the bravery to get on the brakes just a little bit later? Yes, we have. We need to make the pass cleanly, and we have done. We're up into second. Yeah, textbook T1 pass here at the Red Bull Ring, and it's so refreshing to have a good, clean, fair race in AMS2. Loving it. Well, after finally finding a way past Georgiev, I had the pace to soon clear off. However, I didn't have the pace to close in on the leader, Jesus. He's 3 seconds clear as we rejoin the live action at the start of lap 8. And look in the rearview mirror, the pole position man, Scopes, who crashed out on lap 2, is charging through the field. He's closing it on me, and he's going to close right in now because I get my line all wrong through T1. We get a little bit of a nudge. He's just letting us know he's there, but we already know that, and he's got the pace. He's going to have a look up the inside into turn 2. I'm not going to defend this one. Instead, I'm going to hope that he runs in too hot. I'm going to try the switchback and cut it tight up the inside. We may be able to pull back alongside and then have the inside line for the upcoming right-hander. I didn't quite get the burst that I'd hoped for out of that turn, but we have still got a little bit of extra speed. We can pull alongside. Can we pull far enough alongside to make the move stick? No, we can't. We're going to have to tuck in behind him. Oh, we lose the rear coming through that right-hander. Someone else out into the gravel to the left, and that has blown it. Yeah, good little battle, that one. This is Scopes making the move up the inside into turn 2. I was happy to let him have that because I thought I could get a faster exit than I did. I did manage to almost pull alongside him, but not close enough to make this move. And then I lost a valuable few tenths with that slide, which we just managed to save. Last lap time, we've been unable to keep up with Scopes. However, he is catching up with back markers, so that might give us a glimmer of hope to close that gap and challenge again for that second position. Now it looks like Scopes has got past the lap driver, but all we can do is push. We've got 1 lap to go. We're good for a podium, that's for sure. The gap back to Georgiev behind is now 7 seconds. And we're going to be on the tail of this back marker very, very shortly. It looks like an AI driver as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how easy it is to pass. Is he going to yield? Doesn't look like it, so we may have to try and move up the inside. No, we won't do that because he's moved to the inside. We'll switch to the racing line. Have we got the power to get past him around the outside? Yes, we have, because he backs off the gas nice and early. Meanwhile, in front, Scopes has got tangled up with another back marker, but it looks like he survived it. Yeah, when I first saw that car in the gravel, I thought that it was Scopes. However, Scopes got through this. He's closing in on the back marker, Salas, and Salas in front just gets out too wide and loses it right in front of the second place driver. On board now with Scopes. We can see the car in front losing control. He just gives him a nudge to help him on his way. Yeah, that incident with Scopes and the back marker gave me a glimmer of hope that I may be able to challenge, but we just weren't quite close enough. So I'm going to end this race with a podium, but more importantly, with a clean and enjoyable race. So yeah, other than the usual turn 1 chaos, that was a pretty clean and fair race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Admittedly, it wasn't a classic, and it's not normally the type of race I'd make a video of, but given that I was so critical of AMS2 the first time around, I thought it was only fair to show me having a clean race as well. It can be done on AMS2 in the open lobbies. I've just proved it there. Now, one thing I did do was search for a lobby that had damage switched on. That was one of my main gripes the first time around. The damage was off at Bathurst, and you had drivers crashing into you, rejoining left, right and centre without a care in the world. But this was much better. The damage was on, people were a little bit more careful, and I think as a result, it makes the racing so much better. So yeah, really encouraging. I've given AMS2 a second chance and I feel far more positive about it now. I still don't think it's going to be my go-to sim, but I feel happier that I can hop into it now and again and have an enjoyable race. That's the main thing. Now, if you like a bit more carnage in your race videos, I'd recommend you check out my first Automobilista 2 video. It's the F3 at Bathurst and it was absolute mayhem. I'll leave a link on screen now. Enjoy.